All right. Well, we'll get this live stream going. I might have to wait for some people. I don't know if anybody's going to show up or not. Let's see. I didn't realize I had the stream going well for half the movie. It was probably not great. Yeah, but if you've got any questions, drop them in chat. I'm gonna try to get this all set up. Let me see if I can do it. Okay. So yeah, if you got any questions, drop them in chat, and I'll do my best to answer. Or if you got any feedback in general, if you liked it, if you didn't like it, you know, you can be honest. Why is it not working? Videos. I shouldn't have exited out of. Oh, I'm still here. Yeah, so that was the film. I hope you enjoyed it. If you got any questions, there is a little chat function over on the right-hand side of the screen here. You can just type something in there. But anyways, I'll talk a little bit about the movie. Yeah, so where do I begin, really? How did you pick the music? What's up, Adrian? How are you? I hope you enjoyed it. How did I pick the music? That's a good question. Music for me is a very big part of everything I do. Even when... Sorry, give me one sec. I guess I gotta jump on Instagram Live too. Sorry, let me just do this. I'm gonna try to jump on Instagram Live plus live. Let's flip. Okay. Music is a huge part of what I do for anything, for wedding videos that I create, for music videos, obviously. But for this film, what I ended up doing was I usually use a website called The Music Bed, which is a place that I like their website. It's very well set up for me to search for what I want, either by tone or by genre or whatever. Even beats per minute, I can like define it. And so I use that website a lot to kind of search through what worked for me, and it took forever. So I hope it seemed like the music fit. I hope. That's one of the hardest parts for me because I'm not a musician, and so it can be very challenging. But yeah, I used a licensing site called The Music Bed. Josh, great production. Hope to see it on a big screen at Oshkosh some year. Yeah, I'd be happy to to have it play on a big screen. It's nice. Like I was talking earlier in in the live stream I was doing before this about watching it with people, and it was really cool to watch. It's always better to watch it in a group of people. Instagram Live, Sammy. Will the movie be available again? Yes. So right now you can actually watch it at that link. So that link, the live stream link, is if you go back to it, it's just a normal YouTube video right now. So if you like it, if you want to share it, that would be super helpful. If you find somebody you think that would enjoy it, go ahead and send it to them. Music was good on your surround sound, was it? Wow. I didn't mix it for surround sound. Like I didn't really fade it back and front. But I'm happy it sounded good. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Oh, cool. Appreciate it. Jeff, that was awesome. Thank you for taking us on the journey. What's next? What are you working on with all your free time after this? So I have a few small, I have one small project and one bigger project. They're not, one of the small project is my personal one where it's very much like this, where I shot all of it and I'll edit all of it and I came up with it. It's, I'm not going to share a ton of, I've actually shot interviews for it, and I'm going to New York in the next couple weeks to shoot some on-site stuff. It's but to Adrian's point, it's another thing that will be very focused on music. It's a dance thing. That's pretty much all I can say about it right now. But I'm really excited to shoot that. I've also been working with a buddy of mine who's a filmmaker, and he's directing something and I'm kind of shooting it. That's going to be a longer project. It's going to take probably like a year at least to shoot and edit. But we're in the really early stages of that. I'm still trying to find my next big passion project. So I'm not exactly sure yet. I have had some people share some of what they do with me, and I'm just trying to find something that that strikes me, that works for me. Good question though. With all my free time. So I don't know. I'm excited that people who are getting to see it who weren't able to physically be there. I think that was cool. So I hope you liked it. I hope you kind of got what I was going for. It's always nice to have people kind of get what you're going for. So I hope that came through. What's up, Instagram Live? Oh, don't look at the empty ceiling tiles right there. Don't worry about that. I have it so well framed on YouTube that you can't see all the crap that's around this. Where did the airstrip get its name? Actually, funny question. This happened in the Q&A after the showing on last Saturday. The name of the airstrip is Meadow Muffin Airstrip, and I had my dad and Steve talk about this, but to keep it under a half hour, there was a lot of stuff I had to cut, and the whole sequence about how Meadow Muffin Airstrip got its name got cut. So the story goes, before it is how you saw it in the film, or before it is how you saw it in the film, it was a cow pasture. There was gates on either end, and so there was cows in the field. And so what would happen is when you wanted to land, my dad or Steve or my grandfather or my great uncle, whoever was flying, if you wanted to land, what you would have to do was come down and buzz the strip, and then the animals would scatter, or if you'd basically scare them enough that they'd go a certain way, and then you can come in and land. And what would happen with a lot of the cows is they would shit in the field, and so you'd come down, and then you'd hit like a cow patty, and then you get it like if you were lucky, it would go up on the wings, or it would hit, if you were really lucky, it would hit the exhaust, and you get that burning crap smell. And so that's where the name Meadow Muffin Airstrip came from. Yeah, it's one of those things. There's a lot of stuff I had to cut, and that was one of them. I can actually turn on chat right here. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, I was trying to work that in, but I don't know. When you try to keep it under a half hour, it's tough. There's a lot of things I had to cut. Cool. Any more questions from anybody? Instagram, YouTube? Do I fly? So I have a pilot's license. It's kind of cheating. I have an FAA pilot's license for drone operation. I don't have my pilot's license, my private pilot's license. So I've never soloed or anything like that. It is something I would like to do in the future, get my private pilot's license. I just haven't. I've been focusing a lot on video, like this whole thing, and I just don't have the time for it right now. But I would like to go eventually get it, and it's really interesting because like the drone test. Pilot's test, the drone operator test, is very close to like the written part of the private pilot's exam. It's all like aeronautical charts and reading weather systems. Like it's very involved. I didn't think it was going to be that involved, but it is super involved. Do you ever plan on releasing some of the footage you cut? So actually, interestingly enough, let me see if I can find this. I made a whole bunch of behind the scenes YouTube episodes. Sorry, let me see if I can find them. That I'm gonna send a link to the playlist. I'll drop. I don't know if I can share this. View full playlist. Okay, here we go. How do I share this? Share. Okay. Copy. I'm going to drop it right in chat. So this link will take you to all the behind the scenes. So there's a lot of behind the scenes footage in those episodes that I didn't put in the final film, but I probably won't be making anything like any audio bits, like a lot of the interviews. I probably won't be publishing a lot of that. It's just not, it's a lot of work. And if it didn't make the cut, then I just felt like it wasn't pertinent for the story. But there is, in that playlist, you will find some like behind the scenes and finished stuff that never made the final cut. Yeah. Good question. And there was a good amount of stuff, but I would have been happy to have double the amount of footage that I had. I had in one of the YouTube episodes, there is something called, I go over something called the shooting ratio. And that's like how many hours you shot to 1 hour of finished film. And I shot something like 32 hours of footage for a 1 hour film. So yeah, shot a lot of footage, but I could have used double. I feel like it's funny I'm on Instagram Live with a microphone it's plugged into my YouTube setup, but not my Instagram setup. So it looks like I've got really good audio on Instagram Live, even though I don't. Cool. Good questions. Hallie, did you show the documentary to Gary Good's family before the premiere, or did they see it for the first time then? So Gary's family, good question. Gary's family lives in Pennsylvania. So he lived in Pennsylvania, and he would come up to fly. They still live in I think his daughter still lives in Pennsylvania, but his wife still lives in Pennsylvania. And so I got into contact with them, and we hadn't talked to them or my parents hadn't been, like, they kind of lost contact a little bit. But I needed my mom who was the contact for me. I needed her to reach out to them to ask to just, talk about them in general, but 2, to use that photo of the crash. I went back and forth on that for a very long time, to put it in the movie or to leave it out. And I really struggled with that one. I could make arguments for both, obviously leaving it in and cutting it. And actually my first cut was without it. And I don't know my exact reasoning for putting it in, but I don't know. I felt like it needed to be in. And so I put it in. But to get back to your question, yeah, they didn't come up to watch it because it would have been, a big travel. And I honestly don't know if they've seen it yet, like the finished cut. I was happy to share it with them, and then my mom was like, "Oh no, like they don't need to see it," or they didn't ask to see it or whatever. But I want to. I'm gonna send them the link now. So I don't think they've seen it yet. Jeff, do you ever just tell your dad, "Hey, can you take me out to Florida for the weekend?" Or let's fly to Maine for dinner. Or, hey, can you get someone to buzz 15 feet above this wedding reception? So my dad stays around Rochester. If you noticed in the movie, he drove his plane up. That's because he doesn't fly that distance. Steve will fly that distance with his plane. But my dad won't. He stays in the local area, like basically lands, like doesn't go further than like Plymouth, which is like 20 mile range at the most. So he stays around here, so he wouldn't like necessarily take me to Florida for sure. And Steve will go to Maine, whenever. But hey, can you buzz someone's reception about 15 feet above? Yeah, he does that. That's what he likes to do. So he definitely does that for sure. Good questions. Hallie, I hope I answered your question. Yeah, it's not really an easy film to watch. I would assume for them. Okay, good. I did answer it. Cool. Any more questions? It's funny, these questions are kind of similar to the ones I got last weekend at the in-person premiere. Adrian, how does Steve get his plane back home when he lands on pontoons? Good question. So another thing I shot but didn't go in the documentary. I think I have Samantha's behind the scenes video of it. Okay, I will actually show it to you. Give me a second. Sorry for my Instagram friends, you can't really see it. All right, here we go. This was me shooting it or setting up for it. So we're out in the field, and I'm shooting. Samantha's shooting behind me, but here, let me see. I think it's this one. Here he comes. So this is how he lands. I'm gonna try to take this. Hold on, I'm gonna take this for my Instagram friends. Let me see if I can switch this. Okay. So this is how he lands on when he's done for the season on pontoons on land. He basically just lands. Just like that. And you can see it's the summertime for sure. End of summer because all the dust comes up. So yeah, it was a little bouncy, but that's how he does it. It's a lot easier coming in. So that was, I have that footage somewhere. It wasn't the best and it just didn't fit the story. So and then my dad came out, actually, funny enough. This is me showing Steve the slow motion. That's my dad. That's me showing Steve the slow motion. But this is my dad came out with the golf cart and picked them up, and then that's me running. But then he drove them back down the other end. That looks sketchy. Landing with pontoons on land. Yeah. I don't know how normal that is, but he's good at it. He's done it. I can't tell you how many times he's done it. But yeah, then my dad comes down the other end and you get VIP shuttle all the way back to the airport. Just kind of, it's like MCO, right? That's close to MCO, you guys. Cool. Any more questions? Oh, here comes Pixel. What's up, Pixel baby? Yeah, it's definitely not as sketchy as taking off on a metal roof. That for sure is sketchy. Yeah, Jeff, I think it would be. It's grandfathered in, the airstrip. It's been there for a long time. So I'm assuming so. How much did you pay your little extras to be in the movie? I gave them. I don't even think I gave them anything. I gave them chocolate chip cookies. No. My little extras. That means Tanner Russell, who is my nephew, who you saw riding his bike, similar to what I used to do in the day. I wonder, final day, I might have footage of Tanner. Let me see. Samantha took some footage. I was shooting video and he was very interested. I don't think we have it. I don't think I have it though. Let me see. I have behind the scenes footage of, this was getting that last shot when he was closing the door with my dad. But I don't think I have. There was one very cute scene where I was shooting something. Oh, here comes Glenn. This is how I got the shot. Try not to get hit by the the wing. I thought I had a very cute shot where Tanner looked through the lens, like he was looking through the other side of the lens. But I don't think it's here. Yeah. Sorry, I thought I had something to show, but I don't. Those little kids, they work for free, you know. You just get them to ride their bike. Cool. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed the movie. Again, if you did like it and you know somebody who would enjoy watching it, it is at that same link. I've shared it on my Facebook page a few times. I'll go ahead again and share it in this chat. I'm going to paste it right now. So if you know somebody who would be interested in watching it, go ahead and send it to them. And I'll do one last call for questions if anybody has any. And if not, I will call it a night. And I appreciate everybody who came in, either through Instagram or through YouTube to watch the final film. And I will be sure to let you know what I do next. While we wait, this is my oops, what did I just unplug? Oh, my phone. That's okay. Before I go, I'll let me plug this in so you can see it. I bought a nice backlit poster of the film that if you come in my basement, you'll be able to see. But the problem is it on camera it's got the it's got like lines through it. So that's why I didn't have it on. And it's a little too bright for my settings right now. So yeah, thanks for everybody for hanging out. I appreciate it. If you are if you're here on YouTube, if you hit that like and subscribe button on my video, that would be super helpful. I would appreciate it. It helps me grow my channel and to be able to release more content. Like I said, if you know somebody who's into this type of thing and you want to send it to them, go right ahead. If not, feel free to, send people my email if you think somebody needs to talk to me about, anything like this. Also, I'm going to plug this one more time. I did it before, but I will do it again. If you want merch, the link is Gary Lawrence. I'm going to put it in the chat. .tv/shop. That, I don't know why that was weird. Let me do this again. Let me see if it works as a link. GaryLawrence.tv/shop. Nope, still didn't do it. Okay. Anyways, if you go to that link, my merch is there. These are all the stuff I sold at the finished film. We've got t-shirts. You can go black or red. I do have a few extras at my house. Hoodies, which I wasn't selling at the premiere, but you can buy online. Also, my hats. I only had black then, but I just made a black and white one, and one that's called Cardinal, which I thought was like a really cool color. It's almost like the color of my dad's plane. And then one called Loden, which is like this gray green. So if that, and I also have stickers. So if that seems like something you're into, go ahead, do that. That's GaryLawrence.tv/shop. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. I do appreciate it. I hope it was worth your time. I hope you enjoyed the film. And I will be sure to let everybody know when the next thing comes out. All right. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Again, I hope you enjoyed the movie. Have a great night. Peace.